Did you rock the vote this Tuesday? I did. This is Xavier News. Welcome to Xavier News, Muskies. I'm Jake Lutz.
And I'm Andrea Bazzoli. As you all know, Ohioans voted this Tuesday to elect local officials and weigh in on the statewide issues. Scott Manzi has more on the election night and the PPP majors' involvement with electoral campaigning. Scott?
Xavier preaches the value of real-world experience. For 20 PPP majors, that experience is working an electoral campaign, a project which culminates in election night.
We've had 7 teams of students working for 7 different city council candidates, and they'll periodically come up and talk about their candidate's strategy and how they think the candidate is doing.
We get assigned to a candidate. We look at numbers, the demographics of the vote that we can project our candidate to receive. We look at pretty much everything that the candidate would look at when planning their election strategy, and then we create somewhat of a mock campaign strategy for that candidate, and then present it the week prior to the election.
It may seem like a lot of hard work, but the experience is invaluable.
Definitely become more involved and aware politically. This class really helped to kind of get you in the mindset and make you aware of the issues that are going on around you.
It's not as easy as you think. It takes a lot of planning, and the numbers are really important. It's a lot of name recognition and getting out there and being involved in the community. You can't just do it from your laptop. You can't just do it, plan it out in your head. You've got to be out there doing it.
That's not to say they don't learn a thing or two on election night.
It's been a good experience, a little nerve-wracking, but it's a good experience to really get out here and see if this is kind of the right thing for me and right thing for us to do if we enjoy it. High pressure, kind of analyzing the numbers and presenting like what we've been working on over the past few months, but a good experience, a good opportunity for us to kind of communicate what we've been learning to the general public.
I would argue to you that I could drop one of these students in any campaign in the country, and they may not be able to run it, but they would understand what was going on in every room of the campaign headquarters.
I'm Scott Manzi, reporting for Xavier News on the Muskie.
Thanks, Scott. I'm glad the PPP majors are getting people out there to vote. As you may know, today is Veterans Day, a time to honor those who have served our country. At 11 a.m. today, the Xavier community gathered to honor 2 alumni who lost their lives in the Iraq War. Matthew Mattingly, class of 1998, and First Lieutenant Michael Runyon, class of 2008, were commemorated at the shrine of Our Lady, Queen of Victory and Peace, located just off Dana Avenue. Their names join those of Xavier grads who lost their lives in World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Our hearts go out to their families, and we hope you take time today to remember your veterans.
We've all been to the bookstore to get our semester readings and Xavier gear, but did you know they have more than just textbooks? Hannah Black has more.
The Xavier University bookstore, believe it or not, Muskies, sells more than just textbooks and Xavier gear. They have a collection of many titles that are popular across the country. The bookstore even compiles its own bestseller list. I spoke with Tony Ludwig to find out just how they narrow down popular novels to create the perfect selection that will interest a variety of students.
There's a couple of different components we use to compile the bestseller list. One is to look at things locally, what sells here specifically in our store, so that we can tailor some of the bestseller lists specifically toward the student body and the faculty and staff.
They added several new books to the list this week, including authors like John Grisham, Nicholas Sparks, and Glenn Beck. Also, don't forget to pick up your copy of the biography of Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. They will be discounted for 30% off until November 12th. The bookstore puts a lot of effort into compiling and discounting these books.
There's a couple of different reasons we do the sale on our bestsellers. Number one is to drive business, obviously. We want to offer value to people, so when they come in the store, they become regular customers of ours, because we do value the loyalty of our customers. But the other thing is we want to make sure that we're getting reading material out to the campus.
Well, that's all from the bookstore. This is Hannah Black reporting for Xavier News on the Muskie.
Thanks, Hannah. Who knew the bookstore wasn't just for textbooks? Don't go away, Muskies. There's more Xavier News right after this.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay guys, we are going live in 10, ready camera 2, 5. 4. Roll and record. 3, 2, 1. Take camera 2. New talent.
Welcome to Xavier News. I'm Hannah Black.
And I'm Emily Mayers. We have a lot of exciting news for you today.
Welcome back. Get ready for International Education Week starting next Monday, November 14th. Celebrate the various cultures present on Xavier's campus and learn about international opportunities.
High gas prices got you down? Muskie reporter Mariah Hurt has more on an alternative form of transportation. Mariah?
With no relief to high gas prices in sight, Xavier students are resorting to alternative methods of transport. Walkers and bikers are a much more frequent sight on XU's campus. The bike racks outside of Alter and Coleman used to be the only ones around. However, since bicycle use has seen a sharp increase in the past 2 years, the builders of Fenwick Place thought Xavier was in need of more slots for students to park their bikes and created 2 long rows of racks. Increased bike usage has not been missed by Xavier's Student Government Association. A new program called Bike XU was optioned last year, but the project never got off the ground until another student senator, Kristen Sanfilippo, put the program into action at the beginning of the 2011 fall semester.
Bike XU was started just this year. It's a new program. It was handed down to me, the idea was handed down to me from a former Senator, Josh Arthur, who graduated this past year. And it's a collaboration between student government and sustainability interns. Another student, Taylor Morrow, and myself have been working on it, and basically the program right now is pretty basic. We have 20 bikes that we've bought through the Women of Excellence grant, and students can rent out the bike for the whole semester. It costs $10, but you have to put down a $100 security deposit that we won't touch unless there's something that goes wrong with the bike or the bike never comes back.
What does Kristen say is the most important aspect of the program?
Rent a bike.
This is Mariah Hurt for Xavier News.
Thanks, Mariah. I always love a good bike ride. I also love a good tune. Coming up on December 1st is a performance by Xavier's all-male a cappella group Harmonics. Robert Lysecki has more.
As days end, seasons change, and people grow, one thing remains the same: the power and beauty of good music. Harmonics believes in sharing this passion for music with the world, or at least Xavier, for now. Founded last year by Sean Minion, Harmonics is an all-male a cappella group. Combining beats, basses, and harmonies, Harmonics produces foot-tapping, hand-swaying, and soul-moving music. Their songs range from classics to more modern hits to even seasonal songs. They'll even produce some humor. Looking for something to warm you up with colder weather approaching? Member Brian Hanley has just the suggestion.
We are having a Christmas concert. It's in Kelly Auditorium. Come on down, bring your blankets, we'll have hot chocolate, and come join us in celebrating the Christmas season with a bunch of classic melodies.
Harmonics will also be performing the national anthem at the much-anticipated Crosstown Shootout. Their sound may sound effortless, but many hours of practice and preparation go into their music. And frankly, it's worth it. Reporting for Xavier News, I'm Robert L. Lysecki.
Thanks, Robert. Wondering what's happening with all the construction in the basement of the new Fenwick Place? Kristen Gallagher has more.
The Xavier's new residential complex and dining hall have been open and running since August. Construction on the recently named Fenwick Place is still underway. The space located on the ground floor, adjacent to the Hoff Dining Commons, will soon house the Office of Residence Life, Xavier Auxiliary Services, the Bursar, and the Registrar. These offices